You ever notice how some AIs feel like a personal assistant that just gets you, while others feel like you're talking to a complete stranger every single time? Well, let's get into it, because the secret isn't magic, it's memory.
Oh, yeah, we've all been there, right? You have this amazing, detailed chat with an AI, and then the very next day, you have to start from scratch, reintroducing yourself, explaining everything all over again. It's super frustrating. But there's actually a pretty straightforward reason for this digital amnesia.
And this really shows the two completely different worlds of AI. On one side, you've got the AI that hits the reset button every time. And on the other, you have an AI with memory that just picks up right where you left off. It's the difference between a basic tool and a genuine assistant. Okay, so let's break down why this forgetfulness is so common. You might be surprised to hear it's not a bug or a flaw. For a lot of simple AIs, it's actually a core part of their design.
The magic word here is stateless. So imagine a cashier who has absolutely no memory of you the second after you've paid. That is a stateless system. Every single interaction is treated like a brand new, isolated event. No history, no context, nothing.
And you can feel this when you use it, right? Because a stateless AI only knows what you tell it in that one single message. It can't remember what you like, what you've asked before, or anything else about you. And yeah, that's exactly why you end up repeating yourself over and over again. But what if we could give that AI a memory? That's when things start to get really interesting. And it's so important to get this. We're not talking about feelings or consciousness. It's a really clever simulation of memory, all done with data. Yeah, let's be super clear on this. We are talking about function, not feeling. When we say an AI remembers, what we really mean is that it has a system for storing and pulling up information to make the conversation flow better. Let's look at the three main ways it pulls this off. First up is short-term memory. This is pretty simple. It's the AI's ability to recall what you said just a few messages ago in the same chat. The sticky note analogy is perfect. It's super useful for what's happening right now, but as soon as the conversation ends, that note gets tossed in the trash. Then you have long-term memory. Now, this is the real game changer. It's like the AI has a personal filing cabinet just for you, where it stores your name, your interests, key facts from old conversations. This is what lets an AI greet you by name and remember what project you were working on last week. And finally, we get to the most advanced stuff, semantic memory. This is where it gets really cool. The AI doesn't just store your exact words, it understands the ideas and concepts behind them. So instead of just remembering, I like dogs, it gets the concept that you're a pet lover. It's like having a smart librarian who suggests books based on themes, not just titles. Okay, so we've got these different kinds of memory. But how does an AI actually use them in the blink of an eye before it replies to you? It all happens in this really fascinating four-step process. So let's walk through this. You send a message, that's step one. Instantly, the system dives into its memory banks, pulling out any relevant notes it has on you. Then, and this is the magic part, it combines your new message with those old memories to build what's called a super prompt. And only then does it generate a response, now with the full context. This right here is the secret sauce. The super prompt is what gives the AI that illusion of being aware. See, it's not just responding to your last sentence, it's responding to your last sentence plus everything else it knows about you that's relevant. That's how it connects the dots and seems so smart. So, we've talked about the how, but let's really get into the why. Why does any of this technical stuff matter to you? Well, because this is what takes an AI from being just another tool to being a truly powerful assistant. Honestly, memory changes everything. You get personalization that actually adapts to you. You get conversations that flow naturally from one day to the next. And you get an AI that actually seems to learn from you over time. And best of all, you don't have to keep saying the same things over and over again. And you see this technology everywhere now. It's in the personal assistants on your phone, those customer support bots that somehow remember your case number, and even in learning software that adapts to a student's progress. It's already here, making our digital lives just a little bit easier. But of course, the tech isn't perfect, not by a long shot. Creating a flawless AI memory is one of the biggest challenges that developers are wrestling with right now. Sometimes too much memory is a bad thing. It just becomes noise. The AI might pull up some random, irrelevant fact from a conversation you had months ago, or get its wires crossed and confuse different topics. And underneath all of this is the huge, huge question of privacy. Who owns and protects all this personal data the AI is storing about you? It's actually pretty wild to see how far we've come. We started with those basic forgetful chats, then we moved to simple session memory, then to long-term storage, and now we're pioneering this incredible semantic memory. And the future? It's all heading towards these agent-based systems where an AI can proactively use its memory to help you out.
So if you take just one thing away from all this, let it be this simple but powerful idea. Without memory, an AI is just reactive. It's like a ball bouncing off a wall. But with memory, it becomes truly interactive. It can build a relationship with you and become genuinely personal. And that leaves us with one last, really important question to chew on. As this technology gets more and more powerful, and our AIs remember more about our lives, our work, and our private thoughts, who gets to control those memories?